Hi, it's Mark here. Thanks for coming to this video tutorial for comparisons. Being able to compare and do calculations to find out. Well, let's have a wee look. Let's get into it. Right. So, situations for comparisons. Why you would compare things. Um, well, weights and measures. You would compare them to each other. Um, Currencies. Use of material so you can decide which best is job, for the job in hand. The pricing, so you can see which was the cheapest, probably the better option for you through the pocket. Tariffs, there's various different tariffs that need compared against each other, where there may be different in different areas, and to know any differences for evaluation purposes. That's why you need comparisons. So let's have a wee look at the numerical side of things as to why we would need to compare. So the things that to compare. So mobile phone tariffs. Everybody's got a mobile phone nowadays. Are you on the best tariff? Is there a better tariff that can maybe save you money? It's all about saving money nowadays. And taking a look to see and comparing things so that you can make an informed decision. And this is why numeracy and numbers, mathematics comes into everyday workings for us. Energy rates. Think about how much it costs for electricity and gas nowadays. You can save yourself hundreds of pounds if you compare. Now, there's comparison websites out there, there's different ways of doing it, but there's nothing better than actually trusting things yourself and doing it yourself. Motor vehicle purchases. Is that car better than that one? Is it worth the money? Do I pay that bit more? How much do I pay per month? Over how long? There's all sorts of calculations. Buying a television, computer, furniture, you compare it with something else. You compare it like for like and whether you're getting the best price. Is it worth it getting it from there or from there if I can save money? Trades and suppliers. You've got a plumber, an electrician, anything else, supplies to you. You need to compare and shop around, and that's what we do. There's various other personal products and services around the home, but there's also work-based comparisons that we need to do for part of our employment. So if we have a look to see how we might look at things and why there'd be differences. So if we have two different products and services here, so we get product A and product B, and you'll see that item one more expensive on one, less expensive on the other. As we go through them, item two, item three not available or a lesser product, and the other one is a good price. So we've got to try to compare and to balance things up so that we can say, do you know what, that one there is better value for money, and I'm getting a better product there as well. So it's actually worth it. That's going to cost me more money, that one. So you weigh them up as to whether it's product A, service A, product service B. Also, energy tariffs. If we have a wee think about energy tariffs and how it can impact differently upon different people. So what's good for one person is not so good for another. So let's have a wee look at this one. So we've got a big supplier and then we've got a wee supplier. So gas, here's some rates, gas during the day. Sometimes you get day and you get night rates for, especially for electricity. For gas, you tend to get a rate up to a certain amount of units, and then you get another rate for units above that. So it depends how much you use on a monthly basis over a year. So there's various things to take into consideration when you're weighing up and you're comparing. So what you do is you look at what you're going to be paying and whether it's worth it or not between that supplier and that supplier, especially if it's the same energy that you're getting. So it's the same gas, same electricity, it does the same thing. So we've got a gas day rate, we've got a gas night rate. We've also got electricity night, electricity day. We've also got the fact that they're obviously customer service, so when you want to phone them. What you've got to think is possibly you might use more gas at night than electricity, and more electricity during the day than gas. So what works for one person might not for another. So what you've got to do is work it all out, because you've got to think to yourself, oh, is this good for me or not? So you must be able to calculate on each of the tariffs and work out, okay, that's up to that amount, and from there on, I'd pay that. So if we were to compare these, the gas day, we can see it's cheaper 8.8p compared to 15.4p per unit. The gas the night, slightly more expensive, so it's cheaper for the day, but more expensive at night, 28.7p per unit. But it's not a huge more. So the electricity during the day, again, a small amount cheaper during the day. But look, electricity at night is much, much cheaper. But remember that we use more of electricity during the day than at night. So we've got to think, will it work for us? They've got a local customer service. So there's various things that come into play, but main thing is the price first, and then we look to see everything else. So again, which one is best? Well, as I said, what you'd want to do is to do all your workings out. You're best to show all your workings out, all your calculations, so that you can go back and review each part to make sure that it's accurate and to check. And also have subtotals for each section where there's different tariffs per each individual part of a product or service. Then you break it all down the prices and you see which part is better, and then the whole lot together. Is it better to take all the wee bits there? For example, is it better to buy electricity from one energy supplier and gas from another energy supplier? That's a possibility. So you've got to weigh these up sometimes. And the way that you'd only do it is through calculations, so that you can then break it down and take a wee look at the subtotals. Then you consider the overall price. So is it worth then going with the one? Best way to do that is to make a table. I'm giving you a wee example of the background there. So you just do, work out your figures, lay it out nicely, make it nice and clear with their layout and your calculations, and that makes it a lot easier for you to look at and compare the end. So let's have a wee try at this one. You can try this. So we get supplier A, and we've got an item 1, which is 50. Now, I'm just doing a general thing here because it works for anything, so it doesn't need to be. So it can be 50 tomatoes, it could be 50 envelopes, 50 this, 50 that. It works the same no matter what it is. So when you put bill wording around it, it doesn't really matter. So if we look at this, so we get 180p each or 80 cents each, doesn't matter about the currency either, plus value added tax VAT at 20%, so we've got to take that into consideration. Supplier B, so again, the same for item 1, exactly the same, but it's more expensive. Item 2, a little bit cheaper. Item 3, again, a little bit cheaper. So plus the VAT. So let's have a wee look. So is supplier A the cheapest, or is supplier B the cheapest? You can pause this video and you could work it out. See you in a minute. Okay, you're back. That was quick. Or not, as the case may be with you. So let's have a wee look just to see. Supplier A, and I've worked it out to help you as well. So you can check your workings out here, and I've just gone through each and every one. So item 1, 2, and 3, and then the subtotal. The 3 of the items added together, so the 750, the 80, 77.50. Then I've worked out on the subtotal there 165, so it's 20% of 165 is 33, and then we've got our total. I did the same for supplier B, and you should have as well. And you can check your answer. So there's my subtotal. 20% of 174 is 34.80, and there's our total. So that might have looked cheaper on the face of it, but it depends overall. So now we know what's the cheapest one there, and that's how you compare. Thanks for watching. Do your comparisons, save money. Put your numerical work to something good. Thanks very much. Bye bye.